Hey everybody, it's Norm from Testing.com here at DesignerCon 2017. Now something I never expected to find at DesignerCon, but in retrospect makes a lot of sense, are custom keycaps. Now meet Robert here. Robert, you run Clackeys, and that's you,
That's
essentially.
me, yeah.
Right?
Solo. And my wife helps me a lot, but you know.
And you make keycaps?
Yeah, I mean, I ZBrush keycaps, I 3D print them, and I hand paint them, and I sell them online to people who use mechanical keyboards.
Are you a mechanical keyboard nerd yourself?
Yeah, I think I have 9 keyboards.
9 of them?
Yeah.
I mean, this is one of yours.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
you had some at your booth.
Yeah.
What's your favorite? What's their minimalist style? Like,
I actually use a Real Force. It's a Topper keyboard. It's best for typing on, so that's the one I use for like my live streaming and things like that. But I think the minivan is probably my favorite looking keyboard. I love the look of it.
I feel like reduction is like very in right now.
Right.
4
Yeah,
rows.
yeah.
That's it.
You don't need all that garbage.
Yep. But you also need a custom escape key.
Yes,
right?
yes.
That's what everyone needs in their
Yes.
life, even if you didn't know it. What was the first keycap you modeled?
It was the booby cap.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the booby cap here, it's it's just a boob, and I posted it online, and kind of an experiment, really. I wanted to see if my anatomy skills. I'm a 3D sculptor by trade, doing people and things like that. So I wanted to see if people would be interested in like really high quality anatomy and other art pieces. And I posted it out there, and it kind of, for what it was, it went viral for me, and it completely launched my company.
Now, when you were doing that, were you printing the same quality? Were you were still modeling? It wasn't hand sculpted.
Yeah.
Has the 3D printing technology improved enough, or was back then did you have to cast and mold and cast?
No. So all of my products are directly 3D printed. Like I print out 16 keycaps at a time every 12 hours. So my entire production is printing based.
And what resolution do you
25
go for?
micron. Yeah.
Wow. Okay,
on the Form 2. Yeah.
Yeah. So SLA really clean.
Yeah, for sure. There's no cleanup on any of these keycaps.
Oh, at all?
Well, on the bottom of the keycap.
Yep.
You really can't see it. Usually there's a little like spikes that you would see on a traditional SLA.
So you always print that orientation?
Yes, they're always printed flat, and I sand it off in 3 or 4 seconds, and it's clean. And a lot of these keycaps would actually require multi-part molds, and I don't want to deal with any of that mess. The print is clean. It's perfect for my needs.
Do you feel any restriction in terms of overhangs? Like something like this I'm looking at, which has a lot of negative space.
Look at the zygomatic arch in his cheek.
Yeah.
You see through it.
Right. Yeah.
How would you cast that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't.
And so does that have a support there at all?
No. Because the way you orient the 3D prints themselves actually affect the quality, and it affects what you can and cannot print. So it takes a little bit of R&D to get like the best quality print per keycap. And so sometimes I have to like turn it a certain way to make it so that it doesn't have support. Like this one is a good example too. You can see through a lot of the pieces in here.
Yeah.
And because it's all oriented up, I'm able to print it without any supports affecting the design. And so, and the design is the #1 thing for me. So I don't want it to be a limiting factor to have to cast it or to print it poorly or anything like that. So.
Now, in terms of design, you said the first keycaps you did were like a test of your anatomy skills,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And I see a lot of portraits.
Yeah.
What are the things you're experimenting with now?
Well, I've been doing some that actually have moving parts. So this is my Necronomicon, and it actually opens and closes.
Oh, hinge.
So it's hinged. I'm using piano wire as the hinge. And it took me a lot of printing attempts to make the diameter of the hole go all the way through. SLA tends to warp a bit at smaller scale. So even if I have a perfect hole in ZBrush, I go and try to assemble it, and the hole's like off like a micron, and it doesn't work. So I had to do it a few times to get it to work. But some moving parts are things that are partially clear in the center. This is actually a 2-piece keycap that's been glued. This way it's like if you have LEDs on your keyboard, the lights come through.
Right.
Also, this one here has a hole all the way in his eye.
Yeah.
All the way to the back. So if you have an LED keyboard, you get the little bright thing.
Very Goonies.
Yeah, totally Goonies. Yeah. So these are the types of things I'm experimenting with. And always try to raise the bar personally, artistically.
Are you also experimenting with different types of like flexible resins? I see clear resins.
I have, so all of my caps come as a clear. Clear actually has the best strength properties apparently from Form Labs, as at least as from what I understand. So it's the strongest resin, which is really good because people really do use my keycaps. Like some people do whole rows.
Yeah.
And I don't want them breaking. And so they're very strong. And I've tried the flexible resin as well. And it doesn't work yet for me, but I really want it to. So one day maybe I'll figure that out.
Does the community come to you and make requests? People like say, you gotta do this, you gotta do this?
Yeah,
What's like a very popular request?
Oh man, I mean people actually usually don't request something specific, but they often say, do you do custom keycaps for me? And I try to say, no, but I'm just trying to be kind because I don't want to tell them something like it's going to cost $500 to do one keycap for you and make them feel bad.
Right.
Actually, a lot of people request this Twitch cap that I did. But that's just like some of these keycaps I just do for me just because I can. I can sculpt anything I want. I can print anything I want. So
that's incredible.
That's the idea.
And do you think of it like that's your small canvas, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Your 3/4 inch by 3/4 inch canvas.
All of this stuff is templated in my ZBrush, and I have a little sketchbook on me. I design a keycap, based on like if I'm a fan of a franchise, I try to do something like inspired from their world, or if I just have like an idea, like the butt cat, the ASCII, a little pun there. It's just like I just design it and do it. So it's 100% creative freedom. I think is like what I was seeking in a career choice for me. And this medium allows me to do 3D printing, allows me to do sculpting and art and functional things and do it all in one place.
And run your own small business.
And run my own small business.
That's awesome. We're both in the Bay Area. We're both missing out on a really cool keyboard meetup.
I know, right? It's crazy.
So it's fun to run into you at DesignerCon in Pasadena so you can still geek out about keyboards.
Yeah, man.
Robert, it's great to meet you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.